So we've talked a little bit in previous sections about autoimmunity and about the challenges that that can cause in the body. So what are the causes of this autoimmunity? What is autoimmunity, and why does the body's immune system start attacking itself? Well, there are a lot of reasons why the immune system can become overstimulated and begin attacking itself. It can be, chronic viral infection. It can be chronic bacterial infection. It could be a parasitic infection. It can be a fungal issue. It could be a heavy metal toxicity or some kind of a chemical issue that's causing the immune system to go awry. So a lot of different reasons that can cause this. And we really want to get in there. We will really want to address the possible causes of that and figure out what's going on and help to remove the challenge, support the immune system, and allow the body to get back to normal function. Autoimmunity is one of those things that it trumps almost everything else. If you have autoimmune challenges going on, you're going to limit your success. So we have to determine if you're autoimmune and what is the cause of that. And we have a lot of ways we do that. We talk about testing in some of the other sections. Some of the things I didn't mention, we do hair follicle testing. We can test for heavy metals. We test for every possible contingency that we can think of to try to figure out what is going on. We also do a lot of muscle testing for patients so that we can kind of communicate with the body and see what is going on. Because without a properly functioning immune system, or with an over-functioning immune system, you're not going to heal properly. So we really have to determine that, and we've really got to get in there and address that autoimmune condition. One of the most common causes of autoimmune conditions is leaky gut syndrome. And I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but I'm going to give a very, very basic explanation of what leaky gut syndrome is. Okay, basically, your gut is it's a long tube, okay? It's made up of the same kind of types of cells as your skin, because honestly, the gut is the technically your gut is outside of your body. I know, what the heck am I talking about? But seriously, if you think about it, you have the opening of the mouth, and it's a tube. Your body is a big tube, and that tube goes from the mouth, through the stomach, through the intestines, out through the anus, and it's a pathway. It's a tube that is constantly being exposed to external things coming in from the body. So there are many mechanisms that the body has to defend itself and to extract out of those things coming in what the body needs to survive. So for example, food. So what will happen is you'll eat a food, and the digestive process will begin, and the food will be broken down into particles. Okay, and it gets broken down even further and further and further, and it gets to very, very small particles, and there are little channels in your intestines and in your gut that allow these particles to come out into the body. They enter into the bloodstream, and they're sent off to do what they're supposed to do. That's the way that this is supposed to work. But what will happen is, if you are eating a food that you're sensitive to, and you eat it chronically, or if you have some kind of a chemical stressor or some kind of an environmental stressor that causes inflammation in the gut lining, and this continues for too long, as that inflammation occurs, these junctions here will open up, and they'll get bigger and bigger. And there's a whole metabolic process and a lot of enzymes and chemical cascades that happen with this, but this is a very basic explanation. But you'll have these junctions that will actually open up, and they'll get wider, and they'll start letting out these proteins into the blood that should not be there. This isn't supposed to be in the body. This little protein here, that's fine, the body can use that. This should not be in the body. So this protein gets in the blood, and all of a sudden the body, it has these little antibodies floating around, and they see this strange protein that shouldn't be there, and it sends out a red alert. It causes an immune response. So the immune system builds antibodies to attack this protein that's floating around in the body and get in there and destroy it, because that's what they do. That's how they protect your body. So your body will go in there, and your antibodies will go in there, and it'll attack that protein, and they'll destroy it. Well, after that protein is gone, these antibodies will look around, and if they don't see any other proteins, they'll kind of die off, and everything's fine. But if you have a constant supply of these proteins, either through foods that you shouldn't be eating, or through that chronic inflammation allowing all types of proteins to come in that shouldn't be there, then those antibodies are always there, and they're always being made more of, and there are more antibodies, and they start attacking and attacking and attacking. Well, when they're done attacking, or when they've done their job, well, they look around for more of these proteins, and if these proteins happen to mimic some part of your body, then the antibodies, they don't know the difference, so they'll go and start attacking the body. So for example, in rheumatoid arthritis, your antibodies are attacking the joints. In thyroid issues, hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's hypothyroiditis, these antibodies will go up and they'll start attacking your thyroid gland. And that will lead to hypothyroidism. So I've said several times in a situation with patients that come in that have hypothyroidism that most of the time they don't have a thyroid condition. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Usually it's one of those previous causes that we've talked about, or it's leaky gut syndrome where these antibodies are coming up and they're attacking the thyroid gland. It's not the thyroid that's the problem. If we can address this and get this under control, the thyroid gland won't be attacked anymore, and if there's enough tissue left, it will start healing itself and everything will be fine. So this is one of the things when we talk about customization and individualization of treatment. We've got to determine what is the cause of your issue. Even autoimmunity, you can walk in and say, hey, I've got an autoimmune condition. That doesn't mean that you know exactly what's going on. Medically, they treat autoimmune conditions by suppressing the immune system. It doesn't fix the problem. It controls that immune response, but if you read the details on those medications, they also tell you that you could die from infection, you could die from all these other little things that normally your body could handle, but because the immune system is suppressed, it won't be able to handle it. So that's not the way to handle these things. You've got to get in there and fix what is causing that overactive immune system and get that immune system to modulate down, whether it's heavy metal toxicity, whether it's a chemical, whether it's a virus, whether it's a parasite or a fungal issue, or it's leaky gut. You got to figure out what is going on each individual basis and address each individual case. Okay, so it's March, and this is the time of year where everybody's wanting to get active because the weather's getting so much better. You can see all the joggers getting out and starting to get into exercise programs. And a lot of our patients, especially a lot of our people that have opted in for more information about our thyroid program, this is when they really start to notice the effects of how they're feeling because they can't get out there and do the things they want to, or they're not willing to go out to the beach because they're not comfortable with how their body looks and they're not confident in themselves. So we do this special in March because we want to help you reach your goals and help you get back to a normal life. So what do these visits include? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a complete case review. I'm going to have you actually come in and share with me what your story is. I want to know detail to detail what exactly has happened. I actually have most patients write down their stories so that we don't miss any of these details because a lot of times, the devil's in the details. A lot of times we can find clues to let us know where we need to explore to figure out what's going on with you. So we're going to go an in-depth, deep case review and history with you. We're going to review labs that you've had doctors run for you in the past. You're going to bring those into me and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to review these for you. I'm going to review your case and figure out what is going on with you. The next thing is we're going to do a goal review. What are your goals? Do you want to lose 30 pounds? Do you want to just get the energy to be able to function through life, to be able to play with your kids when you get home from work? Do you want to get your sex drive back? Do you want to feel like you again? What exactly are your goals? And then we set up realistic expectations to know when those goals will be met and what might have to happen for you to achieve those goals. We're going to do a complete neurological evaluation. We talked about how brain function is so important to the overall ability of the body to heal itself, and we need to determine, is there transneural degeneration? Are you losing neurological function and don't even know it yet? We're going to find that out. We're going to do x-rays if necessary. We're going to study what the structure of your body is doing so that we can know, structurally, is there an issue that's keeping you from healing? If they're medically necessary, we will do these x-rays and we'll figure out what, again, is going on with you. We're going to do a complete neurological evaluation. Metabolic evaluation. In the lab review that we talked about, I've got very specific questionnaires that you're going to fill out. We're going to know how your thyroid's functioning. We're going to know how your adrenal glands are functioning, your kidneys. We're going to know how your liver, your gut, how your body's processing sugar, how your brain function's occurring, what your neurotransmitters are doing. We're going to know all this stuff by the time we're done. Then we're going to sit down and we're going to go through a report of findings. And I'm going to report back to you everything that I found. You're going to learn more about yourself in that appointment, and you're going to understand more about what's going on with you after that appointment than you've ever known before. At that point, we're also going to go over any financial obligations. If you have insurance, you'll know about insurance coverages. If you have any out-of-pocket, you'll know what that'll be at that point. And then we also offer one complimentary session if you're a patient that does have qualify for our program and someone that we feel like we could help you. And let me tell you right now, if you qualify for our program, there's nothing out there that's going to help you like this program will help you. If you don't qualify for the program, I'll help direct you in the right direction of where you need to go to get help. But if you qualify for our program, we're going to go ahead and include a complimentary session for you to come in and see what a treatment is like in our office, see what a brain-based treatment is like, see what we do to try to help you heal and help you get better. So this is a total of 3 visits. The first visit is where we're sitting down and talking and reviewing everything. Then I'm going to take all that information and I'm going to sit down and write up your report of findings and write up your plan for what we're going to do for you. On the second visit, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about that report of findings. I'm going to explain to you exactly what's going on, show you what your plan is, and then the third visit, you're going to come in, you're going to get the complimentary treatment to see what you want to do. Now, the total value of these visits is between $450 and $500. That's for 3 visits in our office, quite possibly about 2 hours of my time dedicated to your case to figure out what is going on with you and what we can do about it. And again, it's a cost of between $450 to $500. A lot of times we'll offer special offers for this where you can come in and do this for discounted rates. But for March, we're trying to encourage as many people as possible to get back to normal life. So we're going to do this for $27. That's all 3 of these visits for only $27. The catch is you've got to be in here and get this done before March 28th. That's a Thursday. You got to be here before March 28th. If you come in March 29th or if you schedule your appointment March 29th, it's going to be the full fee. Okay? So give us a call. Take advantage of this. Phone number is 850-862-2224. You cannot lose. You're going to learn more about yourself. You're going to have 3 incredible visits into our office. It's going to be well worth your $27. I highly encourage you to do it. Okay? 862-2224.